San Cabela Studio on Music Row. It's the Bobby Bones Show. Let's go over and talk to Kaylee in Louisiana. Hey, Kaylee, you're on the Bobby Bones Show. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where do you live in Louisiana?
I live in Gonzales.
Oh, man. I don't know.
It's little. We're about 20 minutes, 30 minutes from Baton Rouge.
All right. I know where that is. Okay, we're going to give you a chance to win this game. We're going to play What's That Racket? All right, so listen to this sound. If you can name it, you win $14. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready to get rich.
All right. Now we're getting roasted by our listeners. All right, here's the sound. Okay, can you name that sound, Kaylee, in Gonzales, Louisiana?
Okay, is it one of those rubber chicken toys that you like spin around and the noise comes out of its mouth?
Oh, a rubber chicken, like one of those that you buy at the joke store?
Interesting.
Yeah, you can like squeeze its belly.
With the floppy neck, and you go and you squeeze it.
Yes, and the noise comes out of its mouth.
Right, and it's like out the mouth. Well, holy crap, that's not it.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, man.
I know. Well,
All right.
got to bid you a fond farewell.
All right, y'all have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
You too.
See you later.
Man.
Dang, bye-bye. It'll be up to $15 tomorrow. Same time. Scuba Steve, our executive producer, is out sick. Now, let me read you the note he sent this morning. Because here's the thing. I like to be the one that freaks out about germs. It's been my thing for years. I'm a germaphobe. When I have to be the rational one, I don't like it when it comes to germs. And I feel like I have to be that right now.
Yeah, you've been the irrational one.
For my whole life. And now here comes coronavirus, and I have to be the rational one going, okay, here are the two people that are lying to you. The news and the White House are both lying to you. Find your place in the middle, because that's where it is. It's like any argument. So, but I think Scuba Steve has coronavirus.
Oh, boy.
Great.
Uh-oh.
He wrote, staying home sick today, resting, drinking water. Oh, no, that's his out. Here we go. Woke up, sore throat, and fever.
No.
Did you not read this?
No.
We don't
We don't
have
get
it.
it.
That's
Yeah.
the serious one, the fever.
Oh, you guys aren't on this, are
Yeah,
you?
No,
No.
shit, he's keeping it
Oh, here we
private.
go.
That's why you were like, hey, did you hear about Scuba Steve? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Woke up with sore throat and fever. I'm going to stay home, rest, drink plenty of water, and get back to you. No, don't get back to me. I think I might have corona from this email. And then I said, hey, all joking aside, you should get a corona test. Mostly for the sake of the rest of the show. Just to know. So, Scuba Steve's out with corona.
Dang.
I mean,
In my mind.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
he's not,
The rational one.
not tested positive.
But again, even if he has it, he's not going to die. That's my point with that. He's not going to die. But he probably doesn't have it either. It's also weird. It's got to be awkward for anyone with allergies right now to legitimately have allergies. Because you're like, it's allergies. Everybody's like, no, it's corona. I don't want to be around him. So, okay. Tomorrow you get a second shot at that secret sound. Or what's that racket?
What's that racket?
I wonder.
For $15.
Yeah, I have a friend, and I was looking at him, because he's in radio. I wonder if he's even awake right now. And he was doing, they have like $20,000 for their secret sound.
What?
Hey, can we see if we can get a hold of Valentine in the morning?
Yep.
I know I have a couple of their co-hosts, but I was looking at their Instagram story, and I think they have like $20,000 they give away for theirs.
They just give away 20 grand.
I don't know how.
Wow.
We have $14.
of your money.
Yeah, it's not even of this. Let's see if we can get a hold of him. He may be on the air.
All right.
Okay. Let's come back in a second. We got a couple things. I will debut a new parody. Oh, I had something happen in my personal life yesterday. Kind of a surprise that I'll share with you guys in a second, which wasn't supposed to happen. All of a sudden, it's like, bloop, there it is. Not a baby.
Okay.
Something else. We'll get to both of those in just a second. Thank you.
The morning show's official YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search Bobby Bones Show, and subscribe today.
Bobby Bones. You got a note from your kid's school about Corona?
Yeah, they just wanted to make sure that we as the parents, we knew that they're going to continue to spend time in classrooms discussing safe practices like not sharing food and drinks, keeping personal space, not touching face, hand washing. And then they said that if your kid has been sick, like please do not return them to school for 24 hours after a fever has broken or whatever contagious symptoms they may have. It was almost a reminder to parents out there because I guess I'm sure sometimes parents, they're either desperate or they think their kid's fine and they're like, just go to school. They're like, let's not do that.
Well, some parents got to go to work.
I know. That's why I said desperate. I mean, I get it. So, yeah.
Well, they're canceling everything, right? That here in town, colleges are shutting down. I don't think Vanderbilt goes back for a month. A lot of tours I read this morning are being affected too. I think Pearl Jam,
They canceled.
they canceled their tour.
Sure did.
Oh, were you going, Eddie?
Oh, yeah, Nashville. They're coming here. I was for sure going.
Oh, that's your favorite.
So they've postponed it for now. Pearl Jam was supposed to kick off their North American tour March 18th. They postponed it. Richard Marx. Oh, this is a good song now. Wherever you go,
Oh, Jam.
whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Madonna canceled the rest of her dates. Kiss canceled their meet and greets. Coachella and Stagecoach are going to move both festivals October, it looks like. If they haven't already, it looks like they're going to move them, and if they can't move them, they'll just cancel them.
Man.
Golly.
Just a lot of unknown is
Yeah.
why. There's a lot of unknown. And you also don't want to be the place where everybody gathers. And like in Austin, I mentioned, South by Southwest, they canceled it because they don't want a bunch of people coming from all over the country or world and bringing it into Austin. Because again, there's just a lot of unknown about it. No one is saying everybody's going to die of it, by the way.
No.
Someone like me, by the way, I don't have a spleen. Did you know I'm considered immunocompromised? But I ain't stopping. Yesterday, I had a runny nose a little bit, and I think I beat coronavirus yesterday.
Oh, stop.
There we
No,
go.
I think I looked it in the face and
Wait,
and
but-
what?
Well, this is a good point. You're missing an organ, but I guess you don't need your spleen. But do you need it if you have corona?
I feel like I'm okay, but I don't have a spleen from a surgery when I was younger. My girlfriend came to town yesterday because she went back to grad school. So she's been out of school for 5 or 6 years, and she goes back, and she's about to have her master's. And they have cut her school. They're like, no, we're good. No school. She only goes twice a week. But they're like, no school Wednesday, no school Saturday. We're done. Her gym closed. She lives in California. The stores are empty.
So her life closed.
So she's like, there's nothing I can do here.
Yeah.
So she came here yesterday, flew over here, and she goes, she's probably funnier than I am. And she goes, I think I'm compromised. I have a pre-existing condition. I'm like, what happened? She goes, well, in 5th grade, I had to use an inhaler for about a month. She goes, I think I'm probably one of those that are at risk. I'm like, stop it. You're okay.
You're fine.
You're okay. But, everybody is just trying to figure out what to do, because if it doesn't get us, which whatever it is, isn't going to, it'll get some of us and not even that bad. But the hysteria around it is going to be what gets everybody, meaning stores are going to be empty, meaning the economy is hurting. So one way or the other, we're going to get got.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's just hold
Depends
on.
how,
Let's
yeah.
just
You
hold
think
on.
canceling these events is going to make a difference?
Sure. I mean, we don't know. Italy locked down their whole country yesterday.
Yeah, saw that.
60 million people, all locked down. So, I mean, that means no school, no work. You can still move around, but they're telling people be 3 feet away from other people. There's no gatherings. In Austin, which Amy and I were doing a local thing for Austin a second ago, you can't have a group of over 2,500 people. No, then you have to have a special
No
permission.
event.
No
Wow.
events.
They've been canceled until May 1st, and you have to have special permission if you want to gather.
So everybody just don't freak out. We'll get through it. Hopefully at the end of the year, we'll be like, remember when freaking coronavirus was a thing? You know how that happens? Remember when Mad Cow?
Yeah.
Hopefully in like 3 or 4 years, it'll be like a reference to an old joke about something we blew way up that didn't need to be blown up.
Y2K.
It may not. It may not, but I feel like it will be. But some people will get sick. The old and young, much like if they get another disease, it's going to hurt them the worst. Wipe your hands, clean your hands. I went to Dollar General yesterday, and I know at Dollar General where they hide the soap, and I found it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't on the shelf, but I know and it's the same practice we had when I was working at Hobby Lobby.
Did you go to the back? You can't
Yeah,
go to the
where?
back room.
Did you go
I
through
mean-
the doors?
You go up on where the soap is. You go on top of the whole shelf, and I was like, I wonder if they do what we used to do at Hobby Lobby, and there it was, and it's on my Instagram.
Did you use a ladder or climb the shelf?
I climbed the shelf.
I know that always I do that at the grocery store sometimes, and I get so nervous because I'm like, I'm
gonna fall on
I'm
you.
gonna pull this whole thing down on top of me. But sometimes you just don't have a choice.
There's no soap or Purell or hand sanitizer anywhere.
Crazy.
Like, you can try to find it. You can't even get it on eBay unless you want to pay $80. Just use general hygiene practices more so than you already were. If anything, hopefully this resets us about how disgusting we are. And and wipe your phones.
We'll all get on your level all the time. This is like your daily.
Well, I made the joke that I feel like someone who had discovered a band a long time ago and the band's just not getting big. And I
I knew them way back when.
I was with sanitizer back when they were just like playing for 10 people. But I did a little song here because you can't find Purell anywhere. And so this is to Dolly Parton's Jolene. This is a little ditty called Purell. Here you go. Purell, 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 Purell. I'm begging for you, please be in the store. Purell, 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 Purell. That liquid gold is what I need to score. Oh, I need you so bad that it hurts. What I wouldn't do for just 2 squirts of you to rub right into my skin. So I went to janitorial supply to see if they had some I could buy. They looked at me like I was crazy, Purell. Oh, I talk about you in my sleep. My girlfriend thinks that I'm a creep for crying when I shout out your name, Purell. Oh, sweet liquid heaven sent, you kill 99.9% of germs that are knocking on my door, Purell. Everybody, come on, let's do it together. Purell, 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 Purell. I'm begging for you, please be in the store. Let's do it again. Purell, 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 Purell. That liquid gold is what I need to score. Please, Purell, where are you? I need you so bad. There you go. Thank you very much. That's what we do with our
Spare time.
Was that you? I mean, I know that was you doing the low, but that was also you going back over and doing the high.
That's both of me.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I was
Waylon
like,
Jennings,
who
dude.
did the
I was doing
harmonies? And I was like,
I was doing both because
I was like, is that Johnny Cash?
neither one of them are my wheelhouse. At first, I would go Purell, Purell, and the other one would be like Purell. Play it again, Raymundo. Just the first part of it. Purell, 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 Purell. Both those are me.
Wow.
I hate to brag, but
that, I
Pretty
mean,
good, man.
that
I thought
is
it was
talent.
Yeah.
Wow.
which part? This part or this part?
Mickey Mouse or Johnny
Mickey
Cash?
Mouse.
Both.
Let's play Maren Morris, The Bones, Bobby Bones Show. Everybody, just take a couple deep breaths. Wash your hands. It's a thing, but let's not make it a bigger thing. All right? Appreciate you guys. from the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela Studio on Music Row, The Bobby Bones Show. All right, the question is, what does it take for someone to be elevated to best friend status? We'll answer that in a second. We'll kind of run my list. Rich people love doing blank as much as everyone else. I guess people are surprised by this. I am not. And then finally, I can't believe how fast Amy just completed something. All of a sudden, she's like, I'm done. We'll talk about all that in the next segment here, Bobby Bones Show.
Missed any of today's show or just want to listen again? Check out the Bobby Bones Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
on, yeah. Get your Bobby Bones on.
This is the Bobby Bones Show.
Bobby Bones, y'all.
That's awesome.
All right, most people have at least one best friend in their life, but what does it take for someone to be elevated to best friend status? First of all, Amy, I'll just put you in this. We'll see if you meet all these criteria.
Okay.
It takes 4 years before someone can be considered a best friend. You and I have known each other for...
Oh, we've known each other for 15 or longer.
The average person says they need to share 4 different personal experiences with someone before they can be considered a best friend. All right, let's see if we've done this together. Go through a traumatic experience.
Yes.
Yeah,
both of us.
more than one. Yeah. Go on a vacation.
Yes.
Yes.
Multiple.
Road trip together.
Yes. Garth Brooks, Little Rock.
Oh yeah,
What
then you and
up?
Eddie went to Garth Brooks Little Rock. That's true. Talk on the phone a lot. I'd say you would talk. You talk a
FaceTime.
lot to me. I just go, oh boy.
Depends on how you categorize
I can.
that.
Amy will talk to me on the phone, and I'll put it on speaker, and I can mute it where she can't hear me. I can lay it down, have another conversation
No, you
with
do
someone
not.
else in the
No,
room.
you don't.
Dang.
And then I can still hear her in the background going.
It's like a conference call.
Yeah, and then I can come back over to it, catch the very end, and be like, I know, Amy. And then she'll be like, I know. I can have 2 going at the same time.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Showing loyalty, having each other's back. Yeah, a lot. Ask, give advice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do something spontaneous.
Are we spontaneous?
I don't know if just generally you and I are spontaneous people.
Right.
Text at least once a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Ish.
average. Yeah.
We do see each other every day anyway, so it's
Invite them to every party you throw.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dang.
You guys are best friends.
We're basically BFFs, BFFs forever. But once someone's a best friend, people will do anything for their best friend. Among the most common things BFFs do for each other. Ready?
Ready.
Bail them out of jail.
Of course.
But you haven't.
But I would.
Okay. Yeah.
If your bond was way up there, I'd rally the money, right?
If I was committed of a crime and everyone's like, for sure he did it, and you just felt, would you go up and stand up and be like, there's no way?
Yeah, because I would think there's no way you did it.
Travel across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done that though. Keep their secrets.
Yeah.
Do we have secrets?
I know stuff that you told me that I
Oh,
don't
yeah?
say. Yeah.
About what?
Well, I can't say.
Good. See, it's a test.
Oh, wow.
She passed. Best friend forever right there.
Good job, Amy.
That was a
You
test.
almost let it out.
Wow,
That's a
wow. Because
test.
I almost said it on the microphone
Yeah, that's a test.
for everybody to hear.
Everyone to hear.
Yeah.
We pass.
Okay.
We pass. But I mean, both ways on this test. But those are what consider a new a best friend. Apparently, rich people love eating fast food as much as everyone else. According to a new survey, 79% of adults in America eat fast food at least once a week. The most popular meal of the day for fast food is still lunch. Let me say, here's the reason rich people love eating fast food. The same reason middle class and poor people love eating fast food, because it tastes awesome.
Uh-huh.
May not be the best for you, but what if today, let's put today in the meter, you could have one fast food meal today, and it didn't matter. No calories, no anything's happening to you. No bathroom issues. What do you have?
I'm getting a spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, no pickle, waffle fries, and a Diet Coke.
Solid.
You still go diet without the
Yeah, because
calorie
I don't
count?
like the regular Coke.
okay.
I like the
The
taste
Diet
of
Coke
Diet.
tastes so
I know.
weird. That
No, to
aspartame,
me,
that tastes like this. Here's what it tastes like. Ugh.
to me, I love it. So that's yes. I don't care. What about you?
If I got to do any fast food meal, it would be a toss-up today.
Mm-hmm.
I love thin crust pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut.
Oh, that's so good.
I like it so much that when you take the pepperoni off, you could actually drink the grease from the pepperoni, because the pepperoni grows up into a cup.
It does.
Those little
You're
pepperoni,
right.
and you take it and just like
Ew.
that's how I don't have it often, but when I
It
do,
cups grease.
Oh, I put a paper towel on top.
no, why?
Amy.
But why? Like, go for it. Go 100 or nothing.
Okay.
Or maybe Popeye's chicken strips with Mardi Gras mustard. Like,
Alright.
yeah,
know that I've
like
ever had that.
Popeyes with the mashed potatoes. and the brown gravy. And I like white gravy most places. That's good with the biscuits.
Oh, a
but
biscuit.
probably Pizza Hut today.
Okay.
Thin crust. Like chef's kiss.
Come on.
I think we like this food because it's what we had when we were kids. Like a big treat was pizza, pepperoni pizza, and it was the best. That's why I don't really appreciate really great pizza, because the big treat as a kid was thin crust Pizza Hut. And so to me, that's still like a jewel. That's still what it's people. We get a bunch of people that come on the show, celebrities. I don't give a crap about them as celebrities, except for the ones that were big when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like when John Michael Montgomery comes in, I'm like, that's so cool. When Black Crowes came in, I'm like, that's so cool. But, when Keith Urban and Luke Bryan and these guys, I'm like, what's up, guy?
That's pretty cool.
Like, you're really good at what you do. But that's, but it's celebrities that were big when you were a kid. And we're a little jaded because we get to meet everybody.
Oh, yeah.
The coolest thing that ever happened to me once, I was getting on a flight, and I was going to Little Rock. I was in Dallas flying to Little Rock. And I got on a Southwest Airlines flight, and I was the last one on because my connection was late getting in. So I'm running to the what do you call
Gate.
it? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Gate. I don't know the word gate. What's wrong with me? I'm running to the gate, and I get on, and I'm the last one, and they're like, sir, you need to come. So I run on. Every seat is full on this flight, and I'm walking down the aisles going, I don't know where I'm going to sit. But they know there's one seat left, so I'm just trusting there's one seat left on this Southwest flight. And in Southwest, you pick your own seat. So I'm looking, no seat. And I see in the back, like second row to the back, on the right side, an open seat in the middle of two older gentlemen. The guys look to be like 60 plus years old. So I'm like, well, I guess that's where I'm going to sit. Didn't want to have a middle seat, but I take what I can get. So I'm walking back to the back, and as I get closer, I'm like, is that Barry Switzer? Who was Oklahoma coach, Dallas Cowboys coach. He's from Arkansas. He played on the Arkansas National Championship football team. And then Eddie Sutton, who Oklahoma State basketball coach, Arkansas coach. And there was an empty seat between them, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'd met a lot of celebrities, but I was like, you got to be kidding me. Both those guys were such big deals in my life. And I sat between them, and I sat next to Barry Switzer, and I was like, excuse me. And he goes, heading to Arkansas? And I was like, yes, sir, I am. And he goes, oh, what are you going to do there? I said, well, I'm from there. I'm from a small town called Mountain Pine. He goes, Mountain Pine, recruited a guy from there. We talked for an hour.
Wow.
He was the nicest guy.
What if he had not engaged you in conversation? How would you have handled it?
I would have just done this. I would have finished the flight and said, hey, Mr. Switzer, Mr. Sutton, huge fan. Thank you. Just because I don't want to bother anybody. And when I saw David Spade in California, we were shooting American Idol. He was sitting at a table, and I didn't interrupt him. If somebody has food, never go and touch them. Let them eat. Because, again, if they're putting stuff in their mouth, they don't want to touch your hands. They may have washed their hands. They're eating food. And so I just walked by and said, hey, David Spade, huge fan. And just kept walking. I talked about it on the air, and I was at True Food Kitchen the other day eating. And a guy walks up to me, and I know he was just doing what I did, David Spade being funny. He just walked by and goes, hey, Bobo's big fan, waved and kept walking. And it was kind of a joke, but it was also, I was like, see, we're not touching hands. Look at us. Getting healthier.
Respect.
But I wouldn't have. I don't bother people.
Yeah, I know. But you inside, you were geeking out. So you just would have sat down the whole flight. I think it's a good way to handle it. Sit down, and then when the flight's over, hey, big
hey guys,
fan.
big fan. Been staring at you the whole time.
Read all your texts.
That's probably what I would have done. Luke Combs, Beer Never Broke My Heart, Bobby Bones Show. You guys can call us if you want. We'd love to talk to you. You have a question or a comment. 877-77-BOBBY. 877-77-BOBBY. That's our phone number. Thank you.
Bone Show.
Hey!
Across America.
Turn it up! Now this is the Bobby Bones Show. Let's go!
All right, we've started a segment that we're testing out called Bobby and Eddie's Music School. We get a clip for this? Or no?
We have the hook, yeah.
No, not the hook, but I mean for the bit.
For the
No, not
segment.
yet.
We're still waiting for them to build something? Mm-hmm. We couldn't get that. Up in the morning, now to school. There's a verse, though, that goes up in the morning, out to school, though. You get it? Because it's music school. All right, they don't get it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, here we go. Here is music school for today. Christopher Alvin Stapleton, a.k.a. Chris Stapleton, born April 15, 1978 in Lexington. He was from a family of coal miners. His father and both his grandfathers worked in local mines. He went to Johnson Central High School, and here you go. Here's your music lesson. Chris Stapleton graduated valedictorian of his high school class.
Whoa.
And we talked about this, Chris and I did.
I am terrified of public speaking. I don't like public speaking.
didn't speak at your high school
I didn't, but let me tell you what I did. I wrote a song and played a song.
Oh, that's such a Stapleton thing to do.
Yeah, but I wrote a song, some farewell graduation song and played a song.
He also played football in high school, and at one point, that's what he wanted to do.
I only wanted to play football. That's all I wanted to do.
What position do you play?
Linebacker and fullback. I was okay. You get to a certain level in football, and you realize that some of us are not like the other people. Like you walk in the weight room and everybody's 6'7", 270, running to 4'6", 40, and you're just like, oh, that's not me.
In college, Chris Stapleton studied engineering at Vanderbilt for a year before moving back to Eastern Kentucky to work in Moorhead. A few years later, moved back to Nashville, landed a songwriting contract. He was working as a singer-songwriter in Nashville before he released Traveler. So
much talent.
Chris Stapleton was the valedictorian. How crazy is that?
That's awesome, man. Jeez.
There you go. There's Eddie and Bobby's music school. Tomorrow, Eddie will have one. And then we're even going to have stuff surrounding it that's like, sounds cool.
We're working on it.
We're a new show here.
Slow roll.
Yeah, we're a new show here. Here you go. Here's Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey, Bobby Bones Show. All right, let's open up the mailbag. Here we go.
Bobby's Mailbag.
Hey, Bobby Bones, my name is Justin. I'm emailing you because I've been shopping for an engagement ring for my girlfriend, but I've had trouble finding something nice that I can afford until I found the deal of the century. The deal is from a guy I work with who proposed to his ex-girlfriend last year. She said no, they broke up. He held on to the ring just in case. They never got back together, though. It's a 2-carat ring. He offered it to me for half of what he paid. And I want to get it while he's still offering. The only thing I worry about is that my girlfriend won't be happy I'm giving her a ring intended for another woman. Do you think my girlfriend will care if I buy her engagement ring from someone else who I know? Or is it okay, since it's nicer and I can afford it? From Justin. Amy?
I think in the beginning, she might be like, what? This is crazy. But if she really stops and thinks about it and realizes she's getting this awesome ring at half the price, then yeah, it's totally fine. It was never worn or used by somebody else. It was purchased. But I mean, you never know if you're going to a store. You could be buying a diamond that was returned from somebody else.
That's a good point.
I don't know. As long as you never know the history of everything. Sometimes you might buy an old ring that's been reused. What is it called? Like from a shop, like a antique ring.
Oh.
Not a refurbished, but like an old ring. You don't know all the history of that ring or what happened with it.
Could have
So
been
it's
murdered
fine.
with it on.
Could
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It could come from somebody that got killed. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Here are the phone number you can call. We'd love to have your call on this. 877-77-BOBBY.
I think vintage is the word I was looking for.
Nah, we go with refurbished.
Well, it's okay. I couldn't think of it. I was like, like an antique.
Okay, me. I think you just avoid it. I think you just avoid it.
Bobby,
Just avoid
2
it.
carats, half off.
I know, just avoid it.
Wow.
What did he call it? The deal of the century?
Just
Yeah,
avoid
deal
it.
of the
Just
century.
avoid it. Just avoid it. If it doesn't come up now, it's going to come up later. That he had to go get a ring from somebody else. And then when something doesn't go right in your relationship, you can blame it on the ring. Just cut out anything that could be toxic later, too. Just avoid it. Just go get a ring.
Or does she have to know where it came
That's the
from?
thing. If she doesn't know, but then again, you have to I got to hope that nobody ever tells her. Avoid it.
I don't actually know where my husband got my ring.
Well,
Maybe he got it half off from a friend who had a failed engagement. I don't
if
know.
you found out, though, right now, well, you're pretty practical right now being together for 15 years.
Yeah. I'd be
it-
like, okay, that makes sense. Like you were.
But a year into it, if you found out that it was his buddy's ring and the engagement didn't work out and your husband just bought it off his buddy.
I think I gave you my honest answer. At first, I might freak out a little bit, but then if I really thought about it, it's not a big deal.
I'm going to say just avoid it. Not worth the hassle now, not worth the hassle that could be later. And she can always blame it on that ring if something doesn't go right.
But do you want to be with a girl that would bother her?
I don't think it's about the money. Some people are superstitious.
Oh, okay.
So we'll come back. I'll grab some calls too. And we'll do that. We'll keep the mailbag open and we'll come back and grab some of these calls next.
On Twitter and Instagram.
Mr. Bobby Bones.
All right, let's reopen the mailbag.
Bobby's Mailbag.
If you're just turning us on, this dude named Justin emailed me. Said he'd been shopping for an engagement ring. He found one. A buddy of his at work proposed to his girl. She said no. He's going to buy that ring off him for half off. And he's
2
like,
carats.
He's like, what do you think about it? See, that stuff doesn't matter to me. But okay, 2 carats. I don't know what that means.
Is that big?
Yes.
That's big.
So he can buy it for half off. Amy says go for it.
Yeah.
I say just to avoid it. Just stay out of it. Avoid it. Who cares about the size of the ring anyway? That's my point. Who
The
cares?
woman does.
Who cares about the size of the ring?
Not all women.
Here is Kendall in North Carolina. Kendall, what do you think about it?
So part of me is on the same side as Amy. Like, yeah, that's a really good deal. But the other part of me, I'm with you, Bobby. Like, stay away from it. It seems like, I don't know, it could be bad luck or something since he got rejected. And I don't know why, but us women get very superstitious when it comes to, like, wedding day things and, like, used wedding dresses and stuff like that. So I just feel like it's a bad idea.
If you're superstitious, 1, I would really stay away from it. But 2, I can just see it coming up in a fight later. You didn't even pay full price for our ring.
Ugh.
Like, if you can keep it from her,
Oh,
then you
sorry.
bought
I
it.
was trying to save his money, honey.
Yeah, but I can just see that.
I mean,
I just see that
come
happening. Melissa in Tennessee, you're on the Bobby Bone Show. Melissa, what would you like to say?
Yes. Well, I think if he's getting the ring just because it's a good deal, that's not a good idea. If it's a ring he thinks that she would really like, I don't see a problem with it. And maybe tell her a few days after the engagement what he's done, and if that really bothers her, you can always sell that ring and then get her one that's suited for her, what she really wants.
Well, and I hear how practical that thought is, but in the email, he doesn't say anything about if she likes the ring or not. I mean, we're only going off him saying he's chasing a deal.
Yeah, I need to see a picture.
Of the ring or of him?
The ring.
Let's go to Megan in Texas. Megan, you're on the Bobby Bone Show. Megan, what do you think about this?
Hi.
Hey, go ahead.
So my husband proposed to me with a used ring that he bought from one of the ladies that I worked with. And I say, I didn't mind the ring, but I'm a firm believer in the bad juju. That thing, it ended up getting lost, and after it got lost, I'm telling you what, things changed. So I'm a firm believer in the bad juju.
Wait, after the ring was lost, your life got better?
Well, it was, I'm telling you, y'all call me crazy. Things just were a little bit easier for us.
You ever see the Brady
We
Bunch?
had a lot of crazy things happening.
The Brady Bunch
So
episode
it
where
was-
there's like the tiki,
the Hawaii
the
trip.
bad luck tiki, and they're just trying to get rid of it. That's what it feels like. Okay, I'll say this at the end of this, that I get trying to save money. God knows everybody wants to save money. It's going to constantly be in the thinking sphere of both of you.
Gosh, it would just
ring.
never be in my thinking sphere. Like, I would wear the ring and, like, never think about it again. I'd be like, la, la, la.
But you even said you would think about it earlier.
I said right away when he gave it to me, I might. But then
I would just get a smaller ring. If it were me, I would just get a smaller ring and just be like, you don't like the size of my ring? What else you judging the size of?
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just going to end on this. I would say get a ring that doesn't have your buddy's bad whatever
Juju.
on it. Yeah. I don't even believe in juju.
Well,
But it's also your buddy's ring you bought from him. You didn't go find it yourself either. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But we differ on this one.
yeah.
Okay, let's take one more call and whatever they say. David in Tennessee, you're the last caller. Your opinion matters. What do you got?
Hi, Bobby. Hi, studio.
Hey, man.
I think if she really loves him, that it wouldn't matter. She would just want the ring because she loves him. I bought my wife a ring from somebody that she worked with and everything, but she didn't know until later that I bought it for her from them. But I kept it for like 6 months before I ever gave it to her, and she still doesn't even think twice about it. She tells me constantly she loves her ring.
And then aren't we putting a little too much? I think he's with me on this one.
No, I think he's with
He
me.
said the ring doesn't matter, so it doesn't matter. Go buy a cheaper one.
No. He said he bought it from
Thanks,
somebody
David,
else.
for backing me up here. I
And his
appreciate you,
wife
David.
doesn't think
He
twice
said the
about
ring,
it.
yeah.
In fact,
That's
every
my boy.
day.
David's my boy.
No,
Funny how you guys both interpret it differently.
I feel like David
This is
was
what's
like,
happening all the time with everything, by the way. Hey, David, appreciate you. How long you been married?
We've been married for 9 years.
happily, right? With that
Very
ring.
happily.
And the ring didn't even matter, did it?
The ring, it didn't matter that I bought a used ring.
Right. It didn't
Boom.
even matter how it didn't matter where he got it.
Oh my
He
God.
bought it used. And she even says to him every day, I love my ring.
David, appreciate you, bud. Always appreciate somebody backing up
Yeah. Thank you for being on my team, David.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Dave.
All right, Davey. We're
My man.
We're throwing nicknames on him now. Davey.
I'll talk to you later, Dee Dee.
All right, DD. All right, thank you very much. Sam Hunt, Ken Folks, Bobby Bone Show. Hey, thanks for all the calls. Thanks for the texts and the tweets. We appreciate that. Thanks for being part of the show. Agreeing with Amy that ring size matters. And I'm like, just get the same ring for the same money, get a little smaller.
I'm saying it's awesome that it happens to be 2 carat, but ring size doesn't matter. It's just
doesn't.
whatever the ring is, he's getting it half off. Like call it a half a carat. If he were to get it half off, it's still amazing.
All you people worried about ring size.
I'm not.
Have at
Don't
it.
flip it.
Have at
I
it.
didn't say I'm worried about the size.
Did you watch the Love is Blind reunion?
Yeah.
How did you get past that already?
Well, I just had to power through. I had to buckle down this last weekend and then a little bit yesterday, and just I watched it while I was doing anything and everything. So I'm all caught up, and I'm waiting for you to get there.
All I haven't seen is the reunion.
Okay.
I didn't get to watch it last night, and I have Opry tonight, so I can't watch it tonight.
Yeah.
Don't spoil anything, but are all the scores settled?
Okay. I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh.
If I were to say anything, that would be spoiling it. All I have to say is Nick and Vanessa Lachey have like the best gig ever. They're like hosts of a show that they barely have to host.
I know. That one part where Nick's like, obviously I'm Nick Lachey.
Oh, I crack up every time. She's like, hi, I'm Vanessa Lachey, da 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 da. And obviously, I'm Nick Lachey.
I think he's getting some crap on that, though, because I think he meant, obviously, I'm Nick, if that's Vanessa. But it looks like when you just say it, he's like,
yeah,
obviously,
but not
I'm Nick.
obviously. No. There could be some people that are like, sorry, Nick, not obvious to me.
Hey, Raymundo, do you watch this show?
Yeah, I'm pretty deep in it.
How far into it are you?
I'd say halfway.
You like it?
We like it a lot. It's one of our favorite reality shows just because I don't think anybody's ever done something like that before.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think they've had those shows where you marry somebody without seeing them, like Married at First Sight. But the whole dating in a pod thing is interesting.
Right, and then it also does the progression of boom, honeymoon, here's the family.
Yeah, it does.
And then we also get to see the marriage. That's nuts.
All the follow-ups. And then the marriages by the way, the show's on Netflix called Love is Blind. If you haven't seen it yet, get going. Like today. Like stop, and I rarely say this, but stop listening to the show right now and go start watching it. But they go into the pods and they date and they propose to each other, but they're told it's a scientific experiment, so it seems like it's a little heavier, more than just like a reality show. And then you follow them all the way through, and at the wedding, they get up there and one says I do or I don't, then the other one, if the first one says I do or don't, the second one has to say it too.
But you're thinking because they made it to the wedding day that's them making the decision, but it's still
they make them all get up there.
part of the experiment.
And some of them go, I don't.
Oh.
I don't even watch those kind of shows, but yeah, I kind of fell into this one.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch. I may not get to watch it tonight, but tomorrow I'll watch it. I'll come back on Thursday with a full recap.
It's crazy, too, because we're now seeing them real time. The reunion was filmed like recently-ish, but the show was filmed a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So they glow up, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
They had
Carrie Underwood's 37 today. Happy birthday, Carrie Underwood. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, wow. Happy birthday.
My birthday's coming up April 2nd, so we're looking at a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you guys have been planning the party.
Yes.
And there's going to be food there.
Yes.
Is it finger food? Because if Corona is still a thing.
Yeah. I have we had a meeting yesterday, rallied the team on how to handle this because of Corona. I knew our original plan of having food just sitting out and people grabbing from it was probably not going to work. So now we have another plan, and I think that you'll be Corona satisfied.
Nice. All individually wrapped.
Yeah.
Like Lunchables. Just packs of Lunchables still sealed.
Yeah. Everything's professionally sealed when you get it, and you'll be good to go. But there's just certain, and then when we were deciding on actually where to do it, both activities that would be involved might be of a concern to you. Like nobody else.
Are we doing pass the apple in your mouth?
No.
Where you bite it and you pass it to the other person's mouth?
From bobbing for apples.
Oh, gosh.
No, we're not doing that. Don't worry. But, I mean, it is something that I'm definitely taking into consideration, and it could change the whole vibe. So.
We may not even have a
Are you
gathering.
joking? No.
What?
This is happening. If you FaceTime into it, I'd be so mad.
I'm in a bubble at my house. I'm FaceTiming in.
I was like, hey, thanks for coming to my party, everybody.
Will there be music?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? What kind?
What?
Like on the up in this? Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's music, but yeah. Hit it.
Is Drake coming? Why'd you play this?
This is like party music.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like an announcement that Drake's coming to my birthday party to play.
No. Please don't. No. Like if you're thinking that there's a performer.
Yeah.
No.
Is it Switchfoot?
No.
Oh.
No.
Something going on you're not telling me?
No, I'm just hoping you don't have your expectations set too high. I should actually set them real low.
All right. Back in a second. Eddie wants to know if it's okay to bite his baby.
Okay.
Eddie's
legit question.
I don't understand this.
Well,
but okay.
Eddie has a foster baby, and Eddie wants to know if it's okay to bite his baby. We'll fill in the context around it in the next segment when we come back.
Yeah. Mr. Bobby Bones.
Our video producer, Eddie, is basically super dad. He's got 4 kids, 2 of his own, 2 foster kids, 4 boys.
4 boys, all boys. My wife's definitely outnumbered.
5 dudes and your wife.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's rough. She mentions it once a week.
So what happened? What's this biting thing?
Okay, so the baby, he's 1 now, and he's walking around, and he grew 8 teeth, 4 on top, 4 on the bottom. Now he just wants to bite. You can't hold him. When you're holding him over your shoulder, he bites your shoulder. Not easy little nibbles. Bite. And I'm like, whoa, dude, like what? When he's on the ground, he walks to your leg, hugs your knee, bites your thigh. And so I'm like, I got to teach this kid, like, what? You just can't bite. And he's not understanding, like, no, don't bite. He doesn't understand that. So when I was in high school, I had a ferret. And my ferret used to bite. And what I was told by the vet is, like, bite him back. And the ferret, dude, I'm serious. The ferret stopped biting after a couple weeks of me biting him back.
All right, you guys can call us if you want. 877-77-Bobby. I have a couple questions.
Yes.
1, you bit your ferret.
Correct, on the nose.
And then
stopped
it stopped biting.
After 2 weeks, the ferret's like, all right, got it.
And 2, you haven't done this to the baby.
I have 3 other kids, and they never bit, so I never tested this theory on them.
What about the fact that it's a foster kid? Can you bite less because it's a foster kid?
Yeah.
Meaning if it were your own kid, you could probably bite away. But because it's a foster kid, are there rules about biting your kids if they're not yours yet?
Probably. And there are probably rules on, like, you can't really parent them the way you would parent your kids. It's almost like it's a temporary home. You have to just kind of, like, give them a loving place to be while their life gets figured out. But for me, it's like, you're part of the family now, bud. It's been over a year. I'm going to start teaching you these lessons, like you can't bite.
All right, we'll grab some calls. Let's play Luke Combs. And he's wanting to bite his baby.
Because it worked on his ferret.
I wanted to see what you guys thought.
Because he worked on his ferret. Not even a dog.
It worked.
His ferret. All right, Bobby Bone Show. Hold on a second.
Show.
By the way, Eddie's wearing a T-shirt. This is best dad ever today. Where'd you get that shirt?
I am. I don't know. A listener sent this to me.
He's got 4 kids, 2 of his boys and 2 foster boys. And his baby, that's his foster baby, is biting him. And he's like, can I bite the baby back? Because you bit your ferret back once.
In high school, yeah.
And your ferret stopped biting.
After 2 weeks of doing it.
Let's go to Monique in Virginia. Monique, what would you like to tell Eddie?
I have 4 girls of my own, and I went through the same thing. As far as biting them back, it's not bite and leave a mark, but you can bite them enough to where you can see the reaction on their face, and they know that that hurt. And I used to do it to mine, and that stopped quickly.
Did you have a ferret, though, that you tested this on before?
No.
Yeah.
But it's just like when they smack and you smack their hand and go, you don't do that. It's the same thing. It's enough to get their attention, and this is not what you do.
Thank you for that call, Monique. Appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Good luck.
Good luck to Eddie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Eddie, here's one. It says, you're not allowed to bite a foster kid.
Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, they're probably right. You can't. I mean, I'm not trying to like draw blood. I'm not trying to.
Okay.
Trying to really just like
not.
just kind of communicate the feeling of, because he doesn't know that he's hurting us. Like my wife and I, we have marks on our shoulders.
So, but like, what if he was a hitter? Like, you wouldn't hit him
No,
back.
no.
Right.
No.
Alyssa in Massachusetts, you are on. Eddie's got 4 kids. One of them's 1, and he's biting. What do you think?
I think you got to teach them what they're doing to you hurts. They're not going to know unless they experience it themselves.
Okay,
I'm a preschool teacher myself.
They call me Captain Compromise, okay?
Yes, they do.
Alyssa, listen to this scenario. You tell me what you think. What if Eddie has one of his other sons bite the baby? That way it keeps Eddie out of the mix of the biting.
Love it.
I actually completely agree with that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, baby.
No.
Yeah.
No, now your kids are compliant. No. The social worker is going to come to Edd's house.
Eddie
and
puts his hands in
his
like, I knew crap.
12-year-old is
It
gonna be
wasn't me.
like, my dad paid me $10 to bite the baby. Like, no.
Go ahead, Alyssa. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Does that child ever get bit by the baby? I'm sure if he does it all the time, it's not just to the parents. So you could just let him know if he does it again, bite him back, he's going to learn.
Eddie, we're getting a lot of texts here, and they are split 50-50.
Wow.
I mean,
there's a good argument with the whole foster kids, like that you can't discipline foster kids because you can't. And to me, a little bit, it's kind of like I wouldn't be doing my job as the head of the household if I didn't teach them little life lessons like you shouldn't bite.
and you don't want to hire someone to bite them for you?
Like Amy said, though, if it all unraveled and it was just like, oh my gosh, he was paying his kids to bite him.
No, I don't. You don't know anything about it. Hey, I'll take care of it. All right, Eddie.
All right,
I'll
thanks,
take care of
Bones.
it. All right, there you go. Thank you, guys.
Bobby Bones.
Keith. A Missouri school is closed after the father of the state's first coronavirus patient broke self-quarantine so he could go attend a dance with his daughter at the daddy-daughter dance. Like, he's supposed to be in quarantine, and he's like, you know what? Let's go do the dance with a bunch of kids. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I can't do that.
A woman in her 20s tested positive for coronavirus after returning from Italy. Her family was told to self-quarantine for 14 days after she started showing symptoms, but her father attended a father-daughter dance held by his other child's school. And so he goes, the kid, and now they've closed because they have to seek advice from health officials. I'm going to say this again because I know we have a lot of new listeners that aren't here, that weren't here an hour ago, that are here now. Just be prepared. Don't freak out. No need for panic. It's always good to be prepared, but no need to freak out because we're going to get got by something. It's probably not going to be the flu that gets us. It's just the panic. It's just everybody going berserk. It is going to be a thing, and it's going to get worse. And what's going to get worse is going to be people freaking out. So it's not going to get us. We're not all going to die from it. If we do get it, most of us, we're going to be fine. It's just like we got sick. It's not good. We don't know enough about it. That's why it's called novel. When you hear it called the novel, COVID-19.
Yeah.
Novel means new, and they don't know enough about it yet.
Oh, interesting.
That's part of the nuttiness of it. It's like, well, we don't know. China has like 60,000 cases. They shut down Italy, meaning no schools. It's a lockdown. You can actually leave your house.
You can't leave. You can't get in and out of Italy.
You can't get, okay. But I'm saying that it's the panic that's going to get us way more than the corona. Okay?
Okay.
Just take a couple breaths, everybody. They're going to cancel a lot of things. Okay. That's just how it goes. The quicker we go, well, that stinks, but I get it. The quicker it's just going to go by. It's going to take a bit. There is no spray we can get to cut it off. We don't have enough tests right now, but we're going to be fine. If you're old, that stinks. I would equate this to any illness if you have babies and old people, and mostly it's hitting old people, right? That one nursing home, somebody went in the nursing home with it. It's like an ant. My ants you take an ant, you give it the poison, and it goes back into the nest. That's kind of what happened with that in Washington State.
Yeah, no, I worry about my dad for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only thing I worry about because he has a compromised immune system and he's elderly and he's living in a community, like an assisted living place. So all kinds of people in and out.
And it's not a joke. And I'm not making light of the disease, but what I'm saying is we got to just pump the brakes on the panic.
I agree.
Because that's going to get us more than the disease.
But for someone like us, like you and a lot of our listeners, like we're healthy. It's like if we get it, we'll still be fine.
Jeopardy is having no live audience.
Oh, wow.
Because Alex Trebek is sick.
Oh, yeah. And compromised immune system.
I think Wheel of Fortune's cut in their audience. Prisoners in New York have helped to make sanitizer.
Oh.
They've been making tons of it.
That's nice of them.
Well, I don't think they did it on their own. I don't think they were free to do whatever they wanted and they all voted to make sanitizer. But, whatever works.
Yeah, we need more. So
there's a new Bobby cast up. It's a music podcast I do from my house. We talked to Lauren Elena. We talked about writing songs for commercials and movies and how that works. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts.